This is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and now let's start the show.
Hello and welcome to We Are Podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. This is episode 70 and our second annual Halloween Spoooktacular. My name is Matt.
And my name is Phil, the leader of the Overlord Tank Group. Thanks for joining us.
And as always, thank you anyone and everyone for listening and joining us tonight with our Halloween festivities. Probably going to post this on Halloween. We're not actually recording on Halloween. Whatever. On with the show. We're ending out our month-long celebration of Halloween with pumpkin spice concoctions. Today we're trying, I forgot to look the alcohol percentage on this. With the spice shit, to be honest with you. But we're going out with a bang with Captain Morgan's Jack O'Blast pumpkin spice rum, 30% alcohol by volume, or 30% alcohol, 50 proof. Ugh.
I do kind of agree about the pumpkin spice. It is a little repetitive.
Pumpkin spice rums, pumpkin spice beer, pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin spice cream cheese, pumpkin spice. I just don't care anymore.
Pumpkin spice everything.
Pumpkin spice lube. It's ridiculous at this point. Go Google it. I'm sure it's out there.
I'd rather not.
Alright, Alright, back to the subject of reviewing. I'm just so glad to be done with this. No more pumpkin spice stuff for a year for me, at least.
There is a lot of it out there. Maybe a little too much.
I can't even enjoy pumpkin pie this Thanksgiving now. You ruined it.
I kind of agree.
Alright, just give her a sniff. I don't know, it smells like pumpkin sugar candy.
It does smell like pumpkin pie.
Yeah. Yeah, it smells like pumpkin pie filling, more or less, I guess. Alright, Phil. Happy Halloween, Kennigan. Ooh, yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Ooh, yeah. Ugh. Not gonna lie, not a fan of that either.
Well, remember, it is a little aged.
Not aged. It's only been I bought it like 3 weeks ago and it's been sitting in my freezer ever since then. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Captain Morgan in the first place because I think it's kind of thick and syrupy. And I'm not a real fan of sweet liquor. And that's all this is. This just tastes like fucking... It's like a pumpkin pie shot.
It does taste like pumpkin pie syrup.
Yeah, like pumpkin pie cough syrup. Not quite like cough syrup, but... I don't know. Just... Bottle looks cool, though.
It does look cool, but it is strong enough.
Not really. That's the other thing, too. It's only 30... Well, most alcohols are 40% alcohol by volume. This is only 30, but still... I don't know, it's just, it's thick, it's syrupy, it's sweet. All the things I don't like about certain types of liquor, this is those things, you know?
I agree. It does taste like a pumpkin pie corn syrup.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, corn syrup.
Like, maybe if we mix this with, like, rum and Coke, that we could have pumpkin spice Coke, I guess.
Might taste a little better.
Yeah, it might taste like... Phil, get Coca-Cola on the phone. I know how we're going to make $1 million or $1 billion next year.
Aha.
They didn't make that. Did you see pumpkin spice cola?
No.
I'm sure it's probably out there somewhere, but I'm surprised. Like I said, I'm surprised Coca-Cola and Pepsi hasn't got on that. But I don't know. Like I said, we just took a shot of it. Maybe if you mixed it with some, like I said, it might be better with Coke. At least that way you can have some carbonation or something with it. But like I said, this is everything I don't like about certain types of liquor, so I just say pass on this. This isn't my thing, really.
And you could get an energy boost from it, at least.
Caffeine rush. But like I said, this isn't my thing, so pass. What's your thoughts, I guess?
I would probably give it a try. I think you should try it one time.
Because it's not like there's not enough pumpkin spice something or another you can't try.
Of course. There's always a big variety to choose from.
The cat.
But at least it's something different, and I would give it a try. You should try it one time, but I wouldn't buy it again.
Oh, just bitter old. Get off my lawn with your pumpkin spice. Back in my day, it was pumpkin pie, and that was it.
The pumpkin spice hoodlums.
Pumpkin spice cotton candy. Pumpkin spice candy corn. What was Forrest Gump's buddy's name that was all obsessed with shrimp? Bubba!
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 I gotta find Bubba!
I gotta find Bubba. Bubba has a cousin, Ray Ray, but he's all obsessed with pumpkin. Make pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin spice.
Bye.
Right. Pumpkin spice, man. Pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin spice bread.
Pumpkin spice bread. Pumpkin spice liquor. Pumpkin spice beer.
Pumpkin spice crack chicken.
I'm cutting that out. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that out.
I know. Just kidding.
Yeah. If you can think of something, you can put pumpkin spice in it. Pumpkin spice martini.
Pumpkin spice chocolates.
Pumpkin spice cherry pie. You throw a little bit of pumpkin spice in an apple pie, that makes that shit delicious. Oh, fuck. Done with this pumpkin shit, man.
Mama always said,
pumpkin spice is pumpkin spice too. Oh, fuck. Yeah, Phil.
It did all start, though, with, just like
what was
pumpkin
the big
spice cappuccino.
Yeah, I was saying it was those pumpkin spice. I remember like Speedway and shit started selling pumpkin spice cappuccinos, and it seemed like a year or so later, like I said, it's pumpkin spice everything now.
I had a couple of them, I must admit. But I made my own, so it was different.
Oh, it was.
It wasn't the regular. Zing!
Whatever makes you feel better. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Matt didn't try it, so just kidding.
I ain't drinking no pumpkin spice latte. I don't drink coffee in the first place, so why am I going to drink coffee with a ton of sugar in it? So I can feel even more wired and stressed out? No, thank you. But I guess while we're talking about wired and stressed out, let's talk about it's Halloween, Phil. Let's talk about the creepy clowns. For those of you not in the United States, and I guess this is happening around European countries too, is I don't want to say an epidemic, but for some reason, like I said, some of these we're talking about the creepy clowns. Weirdos are just dressing up like clowns and chasing kids, walking down dark streets and fucking with people,
approaching people. Apparently, stab some people.
Like I said too, that's the other thing too. Like you don't know what, because like there's like you could watch, just type in creepy clown video and there's millions of videos, probably like thousands of hours of this on YouTube. And that's the other thing too, is like you don't know which one of these are fake, you don't know which ones are real. there's people that are creating fake Twitter accounts and saying they're going to go stab up elementary schools as a crazy clown and shit.
Clowns. Plus, some of the college people in public are reacting to it, trying to hunt them down. And
I think that's what I was saying. Like, that was just a bunch of drunk dude bros. Like, oh, bro, someone's fucking around. Let's go kick their ass. And I think that's what the majority of this is, too. It's just a bunch of teenagers and early 20-somethings. Nothing better to do, and they're just fucking around trying to weird people out and shit. You know, because clowns are scared. Clowns, at least in our generation, just creepy as hell.
Acting like it's a joke.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do the creepy clown thing. I wasn't just walking around with a clown mask on, but I remember when I was in high school, there was a Halloween party I was going to, and I didn't have a costume. And I just got in this black hoodie. So what I did is there was a dollar store on the way to the party. So I just went in there and I bought a crappy, scary clown mask. You know, you've seen the ones where it's creepy clown face with the long teeth and the rainbow wig for $5. And they had these gloves that made your hands look like skeleton hands. You know, little knit gloves that look like skeleton hands. And I just put those on, and I put my wrist over the hoodie so that way you couldn't see my skin color. And I put the hoodie up over the rainbow wig, and the wig was still popping out under it. And I knew the people that were throwing the party, and I was invited. I just didn't say what I was going as. And then I just showed up as this creepy clown. And I was kind of fucking... Like I said, that's why I said this is why I think it's teenagers fucking with people. Because I showed up for like the first 20 minutes and didn't say nothing to anyone. And people were asking me, like, who are you, man? And I would just, like, I would do the same thing, just slowly wave to them and then walk away. Yeah, you know.
So you just went with something quick?
Yeah.
So you could fit in?
No, just because I wanted to go to the party, and I didn't feel like... I've never been, like, big, elaborate costume guy, and I spent, like, maybe $8 on that.
Well, you wanted to play the part.
Yeah, I just wanted to, you know, because it was a costume party, and I just, like, and the guy was being, you gotta have a costume, man. If you're not having a costume, you're gonna get thrown out.
Enjoy the festivities,
Yeah, and I wanted to go to the party. I just don't feel like I said, I'm not one of those guys that's gonna go spend 3 hours making a costume or whatever. Like I said, so on the way to the party, I just went to the local dollar store, spent like $8 on a mask and a pair of gloves. And then I just went to the party, and like I said, and I was just fucking with people. And I thought it'd be funny too, because no one knew who the hell I was, because this was a brand new black hoodie I've never had before, and I figured it would look weird with the wig popping out. And I didn't say nothing to no one. And then I was like, after like the first 5 or 10 minutes or so, there's beer there. I want to drink beer, but I don't want to break my cover because people are like, what the fuck? Because like I said, no one knew who the fuck I was, and I wasn't talking to no one. Like I said, I was staying in character, I guess. But I wanted to drink beer, so I was like, oh, fuck it. And, you know, the clown mask only's got, like, this little tiny pinhole fucking lid in there, so I was trying to pour beer in that, and it's pouring down my chin and coming out the bottom of the mask and dripping all down my shirt and shit, and I'm there just trying to guzzle it. Because that's the other thing, too, like, for every bit that went down my, only maybe half a can of beer would actually make it into my mouth, and then the rest would just go down my shirt. And I didn't want to break character and shit. People were like, hey man, you're dribbling out your mask. And I would just put down the can and just slowly wave to one and then pick up another one. And after 20 minutes or so and shit, people there were a couple people that were starting to get like aggressive with me, like, hey man, who are you? And I just kept in character, like I said, when I was drinking beer while it's all pouring down my chin and shit, like, well, just stay character wave to them. Like, seriously, man, who are you? And then they started getting madder and madder. Then I noticed that their fists started to clench up. And they're like, really, man, who the fuck are you? And I just took off the mask. I'm like, oh, hey, I'm Matt. I'm friends with so-and-so. I even started waving them over, like, I even yelled out, I'm friends with so-and-so. And I looked over in the corner and started waving over, like, look, I'm not someone breaking into the party. So, yeah, just being a creepy clown and not saying nothing just freaks people out in general. So I understand why it kind of freaks people out. And plus, they were probably getting pissed because, like, I had, like, 3 beers, and I actually only had, like, I drank, like, 3 beers, but I only had maybe one because the rest of it was just all on my shirt and on the floor. So maybe that's why they were starting to get mad at me.
Because you walked in there like you owned it.
Oh, yeah, I just walked in there and went
But
straight.
plus, you were invited, so.
Well, I was invited. Like I said, I wasn't crashing the party. I was invited, but I didn't tell anyone.
They might have thought that, though.
Yeah, that's what they probably thought. I was just someone crashing the party. Because, like I said, I didn't tell anyone what I was dressing up as because I didn't have a costume. Like I said, that was my whole plan. Party's on this day. There's a dollar store on the way. I'm just going to grab whatever. Even if it was like a crappy domino mask like Robin or whatever. What are you? I'm the masked beer bandit. Grab their beer and run away.
The who?
Doesn't matter. Yoink. Because I wasn't going to that party to fucking dress up, fool. I was there to get fucked up and get people out, get ladies out of their costume. That was my plan.
Nobody ever knows what people think at first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but this clown shit's ridiculous over here, like I said. Stephen King's It, Pennywise. I guess that's getting a remake movie or a reboot movie or something next year.
I know.
Yeah, and some people think that all these creepy clowns walking around are some kind of subliminal advertisement for the movie and shit. But the movie studio and even Stephen King said, we had nothing to do with that, and this shit needs to stop, man. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. And like I said, we're recording before Halloween too, but people are talking about there's going to be a clown purge and shit on Halloween at midnight or Devil's Night. All these creepy clown people are actually going to start attacking people for real and shit. Which I highly doubt that.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like I said, well, remember, Phil, we were watching some YouTube videos about this, and there's this one chick talking about this with some Illuminati shit.
I remember.
Yeah, like I said, people are going crazy with this clown shit, man.
Absurd.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was like, oh, it's not a triangle and an eye on the dollar bill. It's a triangle and a cloud.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know. But like I said, what it really is, it's just a bunch of fucking young punks with nothing to do, just fucking with people. Eventually, they're gonna find something else. They're gonna find the next planking or the next cat meme or something. The next cinnamon challenge, the next fire challenge. Hopefully, it's not the fire challenge. Well, maybe it is the fire challenge. Maybe we need to slim some of these fuckers out.
Clown Illuminati.
Clown Lami. No, Phil, it's the Clown Lami. Turns out the killer clowns from outer space were fucking in the Illuminati the whole time, Phil. No, Phil, we used to be big X-Files fans. Remember, Mulder's all...
We did.
Yeah. Mulder's all on a hard-on to find his sister that got abducted by aliens way back in the day. Turns out they were the killer clowns from outer space, and now they're coming back to start the clown purge. And I guess now they were talking about people pretending to be creepy clowns. We also said we were going to review some horror movies for this Halloween episode, Spoooktacular special. So that's what it is. Whatever. Horrorcast 797. Whatever. I'm not good at keeping tracks or names or numbers apparently. Because we're on We Are Tries. I'm not looking that number up. I'm not going back and counting. But anyways, crappy segue.
Someone knows.
Someone's keeping tally.
I hope.
Somewhere in a cell in the deepest, darkest depths of who knows where, there's a scratch on the wall for every We Are Tries. But like I said, we're going to review some horror movies, so we decided to watch 2014's Clown. Clown. Because, like I said, Phil, creepy clowns. Segue, I haven't seen this movie. It's directed by John Witz. Producer by Eli Roth, the guy that did the Hostel movies, you know. But from what I understand, this is a movie that was already made, got a limited release. Eli Roth saw it, put some money into it, and gave it a little bit of a wider release so people like you and me could see it. And make some money off some DVD and straight to video releases.
At least he thought of us.
Getting the product out there. But anyways, the summary of the plot is I can't remember the parents' names, so I'm just gonna call them Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad has their little kid. Their little kid's having a birthday. Son, for whatever reason, seems a little too creepily obsessed with clowns, right?
Everything is a clown.
Yeah, he has a clown doll, clown posters all over his room,
clown cake,
clown banners, just clown.
Clown everything.
Yeah.
Clown anything.
So, of course, he wants a clown for his birthday party. But, I don't know, something, because this is how the movie starts, with the mom getting a call saying, from Bozo's Clown Emporium saying, yeah, we fucked up, your clown ain't coming. Go fuck yourself, you ain't getting your deposit back, bye. Click.
Hang up. Bye.
Bye. Have fun explaining that to your son.
Figure it out.
Click. And of course the mom's kind of freaking out. And she calls up the dad, who happens to be a real estate agent. And he's going through one of the new properties of the houses that he has to sell. And he has to be in the basement, of course. When he gets the call from his wife saying, honey, I got some bad news. The clown isn't showing up. It's going to ruin I'm just going to call him Little Bobby because I can't remember his name. It's going to ruin Little Bobby's birthday. You know how much he loves clowns. He's going to get an eating disorder out of this, and we're going to have to pay for years of therapy.
He's going to end up in rehab.
So,
he's going to get out early.
Then get right back on the smack again. It's going to be a never-ending cycle of use and abuse. Okay, maybe she doesn't lay it on that thick, but she does lay it on pretty thick. But, Dad's in the basement of the new property, and he's looking around. Well, he's like, well, I don't know. I've never fucking ridden a clown. Like I said, clowns kind of freak me out to begin with. Considering it's weird, considering how many Joker posters I have in my living room.
Yeah.
But
he does resemble a clown.
Well, that's supposed to be the point. He's supposed to be this mass. He's supposed to look like this bright, cheery character, but then, stab.
I agree. But I could see why they would look scary.
Yeah. The pale white faces and the... Something about with pale white faces, it just makes your eyes sink in more and stuff. It just looks weird.
For some reason, some people see something different.
What are you hiding behind that mask? But anyways, Dad's in the basement. He decides he's gonna make a clown outfit and be a clown for his boy's birthday. And of course, he's in the basement. He's got a wig on his head. He's looking at himself in the mirror, and he's like, "Oh, this sucks." And he taps. No, he doesn't tap the mirror. He looks up. What is he having to see out of the corner of his eye in the mirror? A chest that just so happens to have a clown costume in it. Yeah. Granted, it's a dusty, raggedy-ass clown costume, but whatever. Does the job, I guess. So,
it happened to be intact.
Yeah. Yeah, so he has a clown costume, which is like this, kind of like dirty white and silver costume. It's always dirty as hell, even when he's supposed to look like a nice clown. It's still all dirty and raggedy. A clown, the classic red clown nose, and the dirtiest, nappy ass rainbow wig I have ever seen in my life.
It was dirty.
Yeah, which made me wonder, why would you even put that on? That doesn't... But whatever. So he puts on the costume, he slaps some face paint on. He goes perform at Billy's birthday. And now the birthday's saved. Jimmy's never going to do smack ever. And he's hero dad now. But, because kid, then they cut. Kid.
Well, the dad wanted to save the day and set an example.
Yeah. It'll be hero dad.
Yep.
But, because the party was long while, I can't remember how old the kid is, but he looks like he's maybe 10 at the oldest, if even that. So I imagine,
approximately.
Yeah. Just got wiped out and he passed out with the clown costume on. Right? So then he wakes up the next morning. It's not coming off. The nose isn't coming off. The wig isn't coming off. He can't get the clown costume to come off.
Well, it was odd.
He's like, what the fuck? And which the second that happened, I would have went straight to the fucking... That's the other thing, too. I would have went straight to the hospital, but even when he does eventually go to the hospital's like, bah, I don't know, take a shower. But anyways, he finds out it's a cursed clown costume. And then, through some detective work, he finds out that it's, the costumes turn him into some evil,
demon clown.
Demon clown with a unicorn horn.
For some reason, with a unicorn horn, I thought that was odd.
I was thinking about that. Considering we watched 2 movies, so I had a little bit of time to think about that. But I'm thinking, maybe it's not a unicorn horn, because the guy said the guy that gives the exposition, the Deus Ex Machina of here's the exposition of what's happening to you. Look at the clown. What was it? The Clownonomicon?
Yeah, the Clownonomicon.
Yeah. After Dad realizes he can't get this clown costume off, he looks into who used to own the house, and he finds someone that can maybe help him figure out what's going on with this clown costume. And he finds crazy old man that has a notebook that happens to have all the myths and legends of the demon clown or whatever. And
for some reason.
Because that's what he's into. And we just call it the Clownonomicon. The Clownonomicon. But no, what I think what the little horn is supposed to be is, because when the guy opens the book, he tells how, these, there used to be these demons that used to live out in, the wintry mountains and stuff. And they would have pale faces and red nose from frostbite and horns sticking out of their head. Because they kind of look like a clown. Get a pale face, red nose.
I agree.
Horn. That looks like a little hat. Right? And they would talk about how people used to dress up like clowns. To look like those creatures, and that's how the legend of the clown started. People dressing up like these creatures to try and make people laugh.
I think I understand.
Yeah. So the little horn's supposed to be like the little funny hat on top of a clown's head,
Oh, I agree.
Like the little pointy birthday cone hat.
Oh yeah, now it makes sense.
Yeah, that's what the horn's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like his little cone hat on his head.
Yep, I understand what you're saying now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense now.
Yeah. And like I said,
it's unique.
Yeah, like I said, that's pretty much the premise of the movie. I don't really want to spoil anything more than that. So I guess we'll just talk about how we feel about the movie now. Like I said, it's a really unique premise. Because, like I said, like we were talking about earlier, we have an epidemic of how creepy clowns are right now in this country. And some might even say throughout the world. And they took this and they took clown imagery and was able to make it into somewhat of a scary folklore kind of thing. Like an urban myth or something.
I agree.
They made the Bigfoot of clowns or something,
But also, if something like that is actually happening, it's also good to have something like that, like a movie or something like that happening at the same time to let people know.
Right. I don't know if that's like an actual like cryptozoologic creature or whatever, or like an urban myth or whatever. It's just something they made up for the movie. I'm not sure. But
Maybe there's something else that was kind of based on it like that. Maybe.
Yeah, with the chupacabra. Well, they also do a really good job with the practical effects, seeing Dad slowly turn into a clown monster, and how his makeup and he starts to become more and more decayed and stuff, and like
He was very pale.
yeah, you see his teeth start to fall out and become fangs and stuff, and like
Correct.
His feet even start to grow into like giant clown feet and stuff.
Correct, but you can obviously see that he was starting to look like a demon.
Yeah, he looked like what you would imagine a demon clown would look like.
Yep. Hairless.
Well, they still have the rainbow wave.
Well, besides that.
And like I said, I don't want to spoil anything to you, but I will say this: like, once he becomes like the clown monster, he bleeds like rainbow blood. That's like I said, it's pretty unique, right?
I remember I said rainbow confetti blood.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, oh no, it reminds me of the confetti baby.
Yeah. Like I said, they do a really good job on the practical effects. Like I said, I'm not even sure how they got the blood to make those weird rainbow colors like that. And the clown monster makeup looked really good. All the gore effects look really good.
They were mixed evenly.
Like I said, this isn't like one of those huge body count kind of horror movies, like Jason Voorhees or whatever. But still, with what they had and what they did, was still really effective and really like it's a fun movie to watch together with someone while you're drinking because holy shit, clowns!
I agree.
But it was still kind of a pretty scary movie overall, I'd say. So I guess we'll just get into it. I don't know. I'd say it's worth a rent if you can find it. Rent it. It's worth it. Might if you're terrified of clowns, you'll probably love it or hate it because you're terrified of clowns.
I do agree with that. Because I remember for a little bit I was scared of clowns. Then I realized there was nothing to be scared of. But I would give this a rent. I would give it one chance. I think you should watch it. You should actually give it a chance and watch it because I actually enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of makes me feel bad though for people that are actually like professional clowns that just actually want to entertain children, make balloon animals and shit. Because they're losing jobs over this shit, right?
Right, it doesn't help their case.
Yeah. Because you imagine you're a clown that actually got a job and you're just parked outside of little Billy's house, getting ready to do a show, and someone drives by. It's one of them creepy clown fuckers. Get him! Because I imagine that's probably happened to someone.
It could have.
Because that's the other thing too. Like some people, that's the other thing too. Like I said, I've seen a lot of these videos on YouTube, and it's kind of hard to tell which ones are real and which ones are staged and shit. But I've seen other people too. Like they see these clowns and they attack them and shit. And there's a couple where they've gotten shot. But then again, you don't hear about murder cases like James Parker saw a guy in a clown mask and shot him point blank in the face. You know, I haven't heard
I
that.
agree.
Yeah, I haven't heard on the news. I just saw a video on YouTube, which makes me like, maybe it's not that real. But at the same time, too, like,
Well, it might be a prank, but you don't know. You don't know what somebody's gonna do if they're charging at you.
Oh yeah. So that's why there's so many keys on my key ring. I'm not Wolverine. I'm Keeverine.
Toss it at their eye.
No, no. Phil, what you do is you just ball your keys up to your fist and have them sticking out like Wolverine. Or Wolverine.
Punch them in their eye and be like, yeah.
Or you could also
might give them tetanus.
Yeah, some of those keys are pretty cool. I have keys to property I'm not allowed on anymore. But or you could do the Bobby Hill method. You can scream out, "That's not my," or what was it? "That's my purse." Then you kick him in the nuts. Right. Remember that episode where Bobby Hill went to go take a self-defense class? Or no, Hank sent Bobby to the Y to go learn how to box, but all the boxing and karate classes were filled. So he had to take a women's self-defense class. And they taught him how to kick people in the nuts, and he kept kicking all the bullies in the nuts and stuff.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, well, "That's not your purse. I don't know you." Kick him right in the nuts. That's the biggest horror for men, kicking people in the nuts. "I don't know you."
It is.
But I don't know. Just to touch on that clown shit one last time. Like I said, the kids, they'll find their next planking or their next cinnamon challenge or something sooner or later, hopefully.
It will pass. And they'll be doing something else.
The shove a beaver up my ass challenge. That's the next one.
The something I'm not gonna do challenge.
Yeah.
Basically.
"I'm going to put my pecker in this pile of wood and see if a beaver will chew on it challenge. I'm going to stick my dick in fermented cheese and see if a rat will nibble on it challenge. I'm going to run head on in traffic challenge." What was that other one too? Like, "I'm going to stand in front of a train as long as I can challenge." These kids today. Read a fucking book, kids. Get a hobby. Jesus. Go play Halo and cut someone out on it.
Gonna start getting into your food.
Alright, Phil. So what do you say when we're done with this podcast? Grab my old trusty baseball bat here and go find us some creepy clowns. See how creepy they are when their kneecaps don't function right.
Taking their mask.
I want to start the creepy luchador.
Taking their mask.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna own a new clown mask.
Well, I got a couple wrestling masks. Let's put on a couple of my wrestling masks. I got more than enough baseball bats. Find these creepy clowns, beat their ass, take their masks, start a new craze. You find someone wearing a mask. If you're wearing a mask, you beat their ass, you take their mask. Boom.
We'll switch every attack. You know, I'll be wearing the Rey Mysterio mask, and then, you know, you'll wear a clown mask, and then the next one, I'll be wearing the clown mask, and you wear the Rey Mysterio mask. Get it? Get it?
I got one. No,
they'll never know who they saw. Get it?
No, Phil, we'll go, I got my gas mask. We'll go luchador, Raider. Right for a dude in a gas mask next to a luchador chasing you down with baseball bats. What? That ain't no clown. Ain't no clown facing that.
They'd have a heck of a time describing what they saw. Even the guy drawing, it's like, oh, it's just, oh, what?
There was a guy wearing a gas mask, wearing assless chaps, holding a baseball bat, next to a dude wearing a Mexican wrestler match, in skin tight shorts, charging me down also with a baseball bat.
Like, I don't think I can draw this.
And they also kept saying something about Morte. I don't know, man. I just ran.
I just took that as get out of here, and I got out of there. I just figured that meant get out of here, and I got out of there because they were obviously not going to stop.
The only words I understood were Grigo and Morte, so I got the fuck out of there. Halloween episode, ain't nothing Halloween about Scarface.
Right. I don't feel like talking about Scarface.
There ain't no pumpkin
I
spice.
could go on and on about that.
Ain't no pumpkin spice cocaine.
True.
Alright then. Let's get into our second. I'll leave that in. Ain't no pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice cocaine, Phil, I'll tell you. That's the next big craze. Phil, tell me right now.
If you want to die,
I ain't doing it. I'm selling.
Go in your lungs.
I'm not doing it. I'm going down to College Town, find all these preppy white chicks drinking those pumpkin spice latte. Hey, girls like to party? You like pumpkin spice? You like cocaine? I'll let you. No. Then I turn into the guy selling you weapons from Resident Evil 4. What you buying?
What are you buying?
I open up my trench coat. There's all these yellow orange bags of cocaine. I ain't never seen orange cocaine before. This is pumpkin spice cocaine. Not only how is it different than regular cocaine? It's not. It just smells like pumpkin spice instead of whatever. I don't know what. I've never done cocaine. What's cocaine smell like? Cocaine? It smells like heaven. Although, Phil, if I'm wearing a trench coat hunched over with a bandana over my face and glowing red eyes, trying to wave down girls to come towards me, I don't think that's going to happen.
I agree.
But then when I whip out the cocaine,
blow, man. Okay, leave that.
Tony motherfucking cocaine, man. Talking about that booger sugar, yo.
Turk. And
for our second horror movie of our Halloween Spoooooktacular number 2, Drop a Deuce, is 2007's Murder Party, written and directed by Jeremy Solner. So the basic plot of Murder Party is, it seems to be Halloween Day itself. There's some poor schlub. I think they say his name is Chris, but I'm just going to call him Box Knight because of his costume. Because I'm terrible with names in these movies after we watch them.
Kind of like a cardboard Galactus.
I kind of think his kid, yeah. But he was he was supposed to be a knight. And the guy obviously has like some kind of knight thing because his cat's name is Sir Lancelot. Remember?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But anyways, it starts
the night theme.
Yeah. So it starts with Chris, box night. He goes to his local video store, rents a couple movies. He's going to spend Halloween like we usually spend Halloween. Watching horror movies and passing out candy. But on his way home, a little black envelope gets blown into his path. He picks it up, looks around. No one seems to be claiming it anytime soon. And he opens it up and happens to say, "You have been invited to a murder party. Address, yada yada."
Ghetto.
Address, corner of Not Good Neighborhood and Shank Drive. The corner of Give Me Your Fucking Wallet and Shank Drive. But, like I said, Chris Box Night seems to have maybe not the most interesting, most exciting line. Like I said, it's Halloween. He looks like he lives alone. Looks like the only person he probably ever talks to is Sir Lancelot. Even Sir Lancelot doesn't even seem to respect him all that much because whenever he goes to watch his movies, he wants to sit in his chair.
Yep, and
Sir Lancelot
checked him.
Yeah. Sir Lancelot is there and he's like, "Could you please move, Sir Lancelot?" And Cat's like,
seat check.
"Nah, you sit on the floor." So with that, he decides, "Fuck it, I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna just go out, go fuck it." No one. That's the one great thing about Halloween. No one knows what the fuck you are when you're wearing a mask, right?
Correct.
Just go, even if you do feel like a loser, just put on a costume, go out, be someone else for a minute.
Well, the cat made him feel bad, so he was just like, you know what, I'm out.
Yeah. At this point, even the cat, when a cat starts insulting you, you gotta go out and do something. Or murder the fucking cat, one or the other.
It's like, I just don't care, but I'm out of here.
Yeah. I gotta do something or kill something. So plus, I didn't want to say this, but some asshole kid smashes a pumpkin too.
Yep.
Yeah, so he decides he's going to go to the murder party. He makes himself a cardboard night outfit that actually looks, I think it looks pretty sweet, to be honest with
It was better than I could do.
you. Yeah.
I couldn't do something like he did.
Yeah. Like I said, at least that's creative.
He made it himself.
Yeah. Like I said, he just didn't find a dollar store on the way to the party and put on a mask like I did. Like I did.
He put in the work.
Yeah. So he takes his smashed pumpkin. He makes some pumpkin bread with raisins in it, and decides he's going to go to a murder party on the corner of Give Me Your Fucking Wallet and Prostitute Alley.
Get robbed way.
He happened to walk right by Bruce Wayne's parents just before they got shot. It was weird. Even though this happened in 2000. Whatever. Batman timeline doesn't make sense. But he shows up to the party, and it's filled with the most pretentious, artsy-fartsy, I think I'm better than you just because I draw, or because I take pictures, or I make weird short films where people pour hot dogs onto me in the bathtub.
What you would think any typical artsy-fartsy group looks like.
Yeah. When you go to those art galleries with toilets in them and shit, those kind of artists, yeah, that's where he shows up. And at first, he's just happy to be there because, like I said, the guy kind of looks like he's a little bit down on it. Kind of looks like he doesn't really have.
He just wanted to have some fun.
Just want to go out and party, man.
That's all. He just wanted to have some fun.
Yeah. So that's the great thing about Halloween. Like I said, even if you feel like a loser, just put on a mask, put on a costume, No one knows who the fuck you are. Just go out and just go fucking be something. Go party. Go fucking live. Go fucking find a brand new world or something.
Right. Try to scare a couple people if you can.
Snag a bag of candy. Don't do that.
Do. Grab two, even though they only say take one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, the party's filled, and it's not a bunch of people there. There's like, what is it? There's about 5 or 6 artsy fartsy guys there, and a couple girls. And you find out that they're not really throwing a party; they're throwing an actual murder party. Like I said, they're so artsy fartsy that they think that they're gonna kidnap this dude, kill him, and make it into a, a statement of art. Because they're all trying to, because you find out that they're all trying to impress this one guy who's going to give them a grant.
Yeah, like some kind of big art crime conspiracy type thing.
Yeah, some big fancy art dealer or something or whatever. He's going to give them a grant. And he, like I said, this guy's pretentious. He uses artsy fartsy words. He even shows.
Well, what they thought he was using artsy fartsy words.
Yeah. Like I said, the guy's just a douche. And when he first shows up, too, like one of the camera artsy dude, he's a 18th century vampire. And when the guy with the grant shows up, he's also a vampire. And Phil, you can't be wearing the same costume I'm wearing. Fucker, pick that shit up. Right? Like I said, so the guy's just trying to assert his dominance over these people, and they're kind of taking it in the sense that they're going to they're living hopefully they'll get to live the artist's dream. They'll get paid by someone just to do artwork all day.
Right, like sooner or later they think he's going to give them something. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so that's why he's going to let them treat. That's why they're going to let him treat them like shit, in the hopes that one day there's going to be a paycheck at the end. And he even gives them this the big speech that when the obituary or when the coroner does an autopsy on this guy, the cause of death is going to be art. Right? Fucking like I said. So it's this guy.
I remember.
Yeah. That's one thing I like about this movie is, like I said, the artsy fartsy guys are all kind of pretentious d-bags. I think they're all smarter and greater than they really are. And Box Knight, he's kind of just like your average Joe who's thrown in a bad situation.
I agree.
Right, like you said, he just wanted to party, man.
Right, he just wanted to have a good time on Halloween.
You don't deserve to be punished.
Right.
Yeah. And the movie's got a little bit of a cult following. That's one reason. Well, 2 reasons why I want to talk about this movie and review it is one, it's Halloween based, and 2, not really. You don't really hear that many people talk about it. So hopefully, through our word of mouth, get it out there a little bit more. Not like this movie needs a sequel or anything, because it definitely doesn't. But it's a like I said, Phil, you can do different things with horror movies. Not everything has to be generic slasher shows up and stabs people.
Right. There are different style of horror movies. Like, actually, that one was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too. It's kind of like a horror comedy at some points, too.
Like I said, when they first got him in there, and then they were trying to sneak up on him, and then what happens is really funny, but they all jump all over him. He's like, "Get him!" And they're jumping all over him, trying to get him to get out. And it's like, oh, I started laughing. It was really, really funny looking. And because they were trying everything in their power to keep him from getting out that door. And there's like 3 or 4 people on the guy, and he's still trying to get out the door. He's like, no, never.
Well, yeah. So
It's like, ah. Oh man,
you know what I just thought of too? It's not quite this goofy.
made me laugh.
Yeah, it's not quite this goofy, but it's kind of like imagine if the Three Stooges were gonna commit imagine if the killers of the Three Stooges, right? You know how they're always like falling over each other and tripping over each other and shit.
Right.
It's not quite like I said. It's not quite like that goofy or slapsticky, but it's kind of like imagine if like the Three Stooges were incompetent serial killers, I guess.
Right. Well, they just had like one full scene where they like completely just freaking failed almost. It's really funny, but it was still worth it for the scene.
Oh yeah, and there's parts of that are pretty intense and scary too.
Made me want to watch it more.
Well, this isn't the first time we've watched it either.
Right.
Maybe that's one reason why we've watched it. We watched the last 2 or 3 Halloweens in a row. It's a good movie to watch on Halloween for sure. I don't know about Clown. Clown you can watch on Halloween. I just want to talk about that because it gives us a talk. Creepy clown still. Ain't no clown running up in here.
Clowns.
Those clown. Klaus. I don't know. Fucking Murder Party is way better than Halloween H2O. I'll say that. I'll say that.
Anything's better than Halloween H2O.
This bologna sandwich is better than H2O.
I think even cheap bologna is better than that.
My bologna has a first name. It's F-E-A.
My bologna has a second name. It's not Halloween H2O.
Come on, Phil. We all know Buster Rhymes can take Michael Myers in a fight any day of the week. Woo-wah! Got you all calling shit. Remember when Buster Rhymes was popular? Then Halloween H2O came out.
Yes, give me some more. I was gonna say yes, give me some more. That song.
Yeah,
Yes.
I want to edit it. I want to edit that into when he was kicking Michael Myers. Give me some more. Kid. Give me some more. Woo-ha, woo-ha. Y'all. So Phil, one's Freddy versus Michael versus Jason. Versus Ash versus Chucky versus Gremlin versus Leprechaun versus Hellraiser
Versus Pass. Versus Not Gonna Happen.
Versus the Cube. You know what? No, throw them all in the Cube. I watched that movie. So you tell me you're not going to watch a movie where Jason's in one end of the Cube, Michael Myers, or Jason's in one part of the cube, Michael Myers is in another part of the cube, Freddy's in another part of the
I would watch it.
Let's just watch Cube. Cube's technically sci-fi, I guess, but that's a horrifying.
I always liked the Cube.
What kind of fucked up shit do you gotta do to get thrown into that prison?
Well, it's better than. Well, it's better than like most of the new movies where they're based on like taking antipsychotics and because most of them are based on people that are taking like antipsychotics and stuff like that. Most of the horror movies, like they're seeing stuff. Like the viral movies that we saw, VHS viral and the virals and stuff like that.
Remember in Rob Zombie's Halloween reboots, you find out Michael Myers is stabbing people because his mom's riding a unicorn, tell him to kill people or something.
I don't know.
It's not good. That's why.
It makes me want to barf. Ah,
Well, that's the thing too. I want to like Rob Zombie movies, but only the only one I really like is Devil's Rejects.
right.
House of a Thousand
That was
Corpses.
still good.
Yeah, Devil's Rejects is good. House of a Thousand Corpses is meh.
Some people say that's better than it.
I don't think so. The one thing that I don't like about the Devil's Rejects is it kind of seems like Rob Zombie's trying to make you sympathize with the torture killers at the end of the movie.
Right. Well, you feel sorry for him at the end.
Yeah, it seems like he's trying to
That's
make it.
why.
Yeah, but at the same time, they've raped and tortured and killed God knows how many people.
They had it coming.
The people getting raped and tortured.
No, them getting gunned down. They had it coming.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Well, I wasn't trying to spoil it.
Everybody's seen it.
They
They have. Should have.
Well, that's the thing too, Phil. He was driving a Cadillac
They
Eldorado.
deserved it.
Oh yeah, they deserve. Well, they deserve worse. But the thing is, Phil, he was driving a Cadillac Eldorado, going God knows how. Phil, the second he hit that barricade, he would have killed a couple of those guys.
Stop.
Yeah, you wouldn't stop in a Cadillac Eldorado.
Yeah. They could have moved on time, but you might take out 2 squad cars. Could flip one.
Not more. That's the only other. Do you think of any other horror movie where they try to make you sympathize for the character or the killer? I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know the name of it. It's really old. Oh, it was like a really old movie. I think it might have been shown on like Lifetime or something like that. But it was
Well, what?
it was
If
like
it was on Lifetime, I don't want to talk about it because
well, it was
Lifetime's a horror channel in of itself.
some kind of it was like a Bonnie and Clyde one. But they held hands when they died, when they were gunned down by the police, basically. Yeah, and the song was "They Were Dying Across the Line" when the movie ended. But yeah, they tried to make you feel sorry for Bonnie and Clyde, or the criminals that were killing everybody, and the police finally gunned them down and stuff like that.
What you say?
Actually, it was really moving. But actually, it wasn't Bonnie and Clyde. I can't remember the criminals that were gunned down, but it wasn't them.
JJ applied. Ring versus the Grudge. Let's see what pale Japanese ghost is going to kill the most blood.
Well, did all blondes get their buttholes bleached?
Yeah,
And that's why there's the Ring versus the Grudge.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what pale Japanese ghost can kill how many blonde chicks the fastest. Fool. Round one. And with that being said, this is the end of the We Are Podcast, Halloween Spoooooktacular number 2, episode 70. My name is Matt.
And my name's Phil, the creator of the Overlord Tank Group. Thanks for continuing to support us.
As always, thank you anyone and everyone for listening. You can leave us a question, comment, or email. Like, share, favorite, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow me, Matt, on Twitter, Matt of We Are Pod. Thank you. Have a safe and happy Halloween. And stay away from them clowns.